everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary Rose and I like to share grocery hauls with you, as well as cook with me content, shop with me content, and as well as life adventures on occasion on a Monday or two. So tonight my daughter and I wanted to bake something, and she had an agenda of cooking brownies tonight as well as cupcakes, and I wanted to cook some pizza dough and save it for our freezer. So we did a quick night grocery haul, which is right behind me, and I have a few items. I usually like to shop in Costco, but late night, you know, Costco's not open, so we went to our local grocery store. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I bought and what we're going to do with it. This is what I have on my table, and I want to start from the right side. I have some super moist strawberry from Betty Crocker, and my daughter wanted to make cupcakes for her friend's birthday. So she's going to make her homemade icing. We also have some paper cups that we have here that we're gonna be putting the cupcakes in. And she's already making brownies. The brownies we already had, so that is not included in our grocery haul. I also needed some oil. We were running pretty low on light olive oil. I don't like to buy canola oil or vegetable oil. Costco was not open, so painstakingly I paid $7 for this small bottle. It's like a 5 fluid ounce. So I told my daughter, we're not buying canola oil, we'll buy this instead. I know it's not the best thing, but I prefer this. It's not a heavy tasting olive oil, so that's going to be okay with the baking. I told her if she wanted to substitute butter, but she said no, she's gonna use the olive oil. So anyway, that's for her cupcakes. We also needed some heavy whipping cream, and she's going to be making her own icing. We forgot, or actually no, we didn't forget. She couldn't find the powdered sugar, and hopefully we have some. Otherwise, we can just take some sugar and put it in the blender. If anything, we're just gonna make the icing for tomorrow, but we are gonna make the cupcakes today. The half and half, we use it for our coffee in the morning. My 19-year-old daughter wanted to buy this. I don't know what she's going to do with it. It was something that she requested, so we have it. And then I've been cooking a lot, and I do like to thicken up some sauces. So this is the cornstarch I like to use. I don't like to use flour. It just gives it a different taste. So the cornstarch is nice and light, and it's easy to mix. You do have to mix this in cold water. If you mix it into hot water into your cooking, it's gonna get clumpy. For the pizza dough, I did buy some bread flour over here, and this is the King Arthur brand. There was a brand that I love to use, which is the, I think it's called Arrowroot, and I do have a video on making pizza dough. I think they discontinued that that flour, that bread flour, or maybe another company has bought it. Every time that I find a very, very good product, it seems to disappear off the shelf. So anyway, that's the next best thing. I am going to be using this bread maker, which I had for a couple of years from the thrift store, and I will be using the dough setting on here. It takes about an hour and a half, so I just want to get this started, at least make one dough and put it in the freezer, and tomorrow we'll make another dough and put that in the freezer. With the recipe that I have, we usually use 2 doughs, and it can make 2 pies each dough. For the topping, I'm going to be using some pepperoni, which I have 2 bags here. I also have a lot of mozzarella cheese in my refrigerator, but I wanted to make sure I had enough, so I bought a smaller bag, and this is just 16 ounces. And then I also have some mushrooms in my refrigerator as well. We can kind of make the pizza tomorrow or the next day. And so that's basically all I need. I also have the spaghetti sauce in my cabinet, so I didn't need to buy it in this shopping haul. We went to church earlier today, and we had like a nice potluck, and we had one of the church members bring in some pasta and some meatballs and sauce. It was so delicious, and she used some fat and long noodles like this, and so I wanted to give this a try. I also bought some extra wide egg noodles because I did make a recipe, but I wasn't too thrilled about the egg noodles that I bought from the Dollar Tree. It broke apart easily and it was very pasty, so I wanted to give this bowl and basket extra wide noodles a try. This is the pure vanilla extract that I bought for her, my daughter's cupcakes. I do like to use the Madagascar vanilla beans. It's gonna be the most purest and most flavorful vanilla. I do like to put a little bit extra money into this. My experience is that this Madagascar vanilla beans does taste the best. I don't make my own vanilla extract at this point, but one day I will. I'm also out of gloves for washing dishes because I don't have a dishwasher up here, so I bought the Cedar Playtex gloves, and I like to buy like the 9 or 10 pack gloves from Costco. I'm not sure if it's just a quality, I don't know what's going on, but I've been going through my gloves pretty quickly now, so I bought these, and these are pretty thick. To save more money, I did find this other laundry detergent that kind of looked like a dupe for Gain. And so I decided to give it a try since it was a $4 savings. It was $6.99 compared to $10.99. But when I tried it at home, it was not color safe. It actually took some of the colors out of my darker colored clothes. but for white colored clothes I would say it's fine. So what I'll be doing is just using the remainder what I have in the bottle with white colored clothes. If you're liking grocery haul videos and cook with me content and occasional life adventures, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. My family and I are heavy users with our single shower in our house, so I needed a heavy-duty mold and mildew remover, and so what I usually do is spray the shower with the mold and mildew remover from Lysol, and then after that rinse it off and then give it a good scrub with the soft scrub. It doesn't take out all the mildew, but I would say it takes out most of it. And because I cook a lot, I needed the barkeeper's friend to make my pots and pans look new, and I have pretty old pots and pans that are stainless steel, and the barkeeper's friend keeps it nice and fresh. Then I have 2 containers of 18 count eggs because I forgot to buy it in Costco. So this is the next best thing. So I don't know the price honestly. I actually lost a receipt. I just know the total amount, which I'll let you know in a second. We do eat a lot of eggs, and this actually would last us, I would say maybe a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So this is pretty good. I know the Costco size, I think it's, what is it, 5 dozen eggs, will last us for more than a month. And because I have a rotisserie chicken that's been in my refrigerator for a couple of days, I do want to saute that with some onion and garlic and some bell pepper and add some taco seasoning and then make a tortilla. So I like to get the low carb tortillas, and this is the brand that I found in my local ShopRite called La Benderita. Sometimes I do like to put this on the stove and just get it a little bit brown and crispy, but most of the time my kids like it nice and soft before we add the filling. And lastly, for our grocery haul, we did buy some milk chocolate chips. And I know we had some. I kept telling my daughter we had some, but she wanted to make sure that we had enough. So all together, we spent $123. So a little bit steep for my liking, but we did get some cleaning supplies that can last us for a while. Compared to edible and non-edible items, it does sound that I paid a lot, but sometimes you pay for quality and not so much as quantity. With that said, I do like to pay more money for better quality vanilla extract. I do highly recommend getting Madagascar vanilla to get the pure quality, and at the end your product that you're making is going to taste a lot better. I have this binder with different recipes in it, and it's kind of not organized right now. Some of them are handwritten, some of them are printed copies, and it's just a hot mess, but I do want to put this together and keep it nice and organized. But I have 2 pizza dough recipes here, which this one says pizza dough recipe for the bread machine, and this one is just pizza dough. This one is asking for 5 cups of bread flour, and this one is only asking for 3 to 4 cups of bread flour. This is going to be way too much for my bread machine, and even 4 cups of flour is too much for my bread machine. I'm going to try to work with this recipe right here and use only about maybe 3.5 cups. I'm going to start off with 1 cup of warm water, and there is a sequence to this, but I'm not sure if what I have written down is correct. 2.5 teaspoons of yeast, and so I'm going to add this. 1, 2, I also have a half teaspoon here somewhere. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I hope this is the right recipe because I haven't cooked this in a long time. But I'm going to see how it works out, and I'll include it in the description of this video. 2 teaspoons of salt, and I hope I measure this right. It's 1. Ooh, good thing I didn't add all of it, and that's 2. Then I have 3 cups of bread flour. You know what, I just thought about something. So on my video about maybe more than a year ago, I should have just looked at my recipe and use that instead of trying to figure out if this is the right recipe or not. All I have to do is close this up and set it on the dough setting. So let's see, menu, and then we're gonna start. So if the dough looks too wet after it mixes, then I'll add a little bit more flour. I just want to show you real quick how much this dough stretches. It's really soft. It'd be perfect if we cooked it for our dinner tonight, but it's already late. We're actually going to be heading to bed pretty soon. But you see, it's very pliable and stretchy. So what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of oil on here and then wrap it with saran wrap, because I really did run out of my Ziploc bags. and then I'll put this in the freezer for another meal. So it's the next day and it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. I didn't clean myself up because I was too busy cooking. I actually have an early dinners of the week in process right now, but I wanted to show you the dough that I'm making. So last night I was making pizza dough, and then this morning I made 2 more batches of pizza dough, so I have a total of 3. But I decided to go ahead and try to make the sweet roll bread we call pandesal, and I have a video of that as well. But I decided I'm gonna go ahead and cook it in here, and then I also have another batch. Actually, it's rising now into my Bosch mixer, and I want to see the difference of the two. The thing I like about this bread maker is that it keeps everything warm, so it rises really nice. Total time it takes for this bread machine to mix, knead, and rise is an hour and a half. I did pass an extra 15 minutes, so it's an hour and 45 minutes. In this container, I have 3.5 cups of bread flour, but I can recommend using 3 cups of flour so it fits nice and comfortably. Here's one of the pizza doughs that I made, and I already put it in the freezer, and I took out this morning just to test it out. We're gonna make that for later on, not necessarily for dinner. It's just a snack for, I guess, during the day, because I want to test out this pizza. I'm going to show you the dough that I made. This is my pandesal, which is like a sweet roll, and actually this is the second batch. The first batch, I don't think I kneaded it right. I think I over kneaded it, and so I'm not going to show you that. That was kind of a fail, but it did taste pretty good. And this is the one that I did less work, and it came out better. When it rises, then try not to mess the dough too much. Just go ahead and shape it. I will be making an updated video, like I said earlier, but I just want to show you how it looked like. It came out like pretty poofy, you can see. I'm going to have this with some butter as a snack for the day. This is what half of the pizza dough looks like when it's cooked, and I actually pulled apart the dough after it has risen. What I should have done is divide the dough first and then let it rise separately. So that way when you spread the dough, you'll be able to get a nearly perfectly shaped pizza. So I have the cheese and the pepperoni, and I did various layers of garlic, salt, and Italian seasoning. I baked it for 5 minutes, and then by itself, and then I put the toppings on, and then I baked it for another 7 minutes. The pizza comes out a little thin. If you like a nice thick crust, then just use a whole crust. And as you can see, it's nice and brown. You don't need a very, very hot stove. This was only baked at 450 degrees. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will plan to make some more of these kind of like cook with me, shop with me content in the near future. Update on my channel, I am planning to make more individual dinners, so that way people can focus more on a recipe they are interested in. And then if I plan to make dinners of the week, and then that would be more like a compilation of dinners that I cook for that week. Right now, I am trying to post 2 videos a week. I may not be able to post every Monday and Friday, but I am trying to post 2 videos, and that way you guys get to enjoy some of the videos I create. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye.